Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the solved case of Isabella Kalua. Yay, Isabella Kalua, yay, yay. Now, this case is very popular where I'm from. I'm from Hawaii, so everybody who's anybody knows about this case right now. And this case is just heartbreaking, it's awful, it's sad. It makes me as a person like physically upset and sick to my stomach, because I'm just like, damn, imagine what could have been done earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if someone would have saved this poor little girl, you know? So, without further ado, let's go into the case of Isabella Kalua. Now, Isabella Kalua's case takes place in Waimanalo, Hawaii. Now, that is on the whole other side of the island where I'm at. So it's about like a 50-minute drive from here, but like I said, everybody who is anybody knows about this case. We all know about it. So let's talk about my girl Isabella. Isabella Kalua was born on November 6th of 2014. She was adopted by her foster parents, Sunny and Lahua Kalua. And she was born Ariel Sellers to her birth mother, her birth parents' last name was Sellers. But her parents, we'll get into them later, but they were not good people. They couldn't raise and take care of these children. So the state ended up taking these kids in to be taken care of by other people. So she was removed from her home of her birth parents, Melanie Joseph, and former boyfriend, Adam Sellers. So on September 13th of 2021, Isaac, who's also known as Sunny, Isaac and Lahua Kalua, they reported their 6-year-old daughter, Isabella, missing. And they claimed to have seen her in her bed just the night prior. Like, oh yeah, she was in bed, and then we woke up and she was just gone. She was just disappeared, just walked out. And the Department of Education in Waimanalo reported that the girl had been withdrawn from school to be homeschooled. So, there's that. But my theory about that whole thing is that they obviously removed her for some reason. Right. Huh. So, the Department of Education, they were just like, oh, why has she been withdrawn? Like, what's going on here? Oh, she's just being homeschooled, was their excuse. So, the biological mother of Ariel Sellers, this was Melanie Joseph. She had reported to the police that she got a call saying that, Ariel was missing from school for about a week. She's like, why the hell is my kid not in school? My kid's supposed to be in school. Like, what is going on here? Like, what? So, Isaac and Lahua had claimed to the police. They're like, well, she, just walked out of the house in the middle of the night. Like, she just walked right out. And yeah, she was in bed and now she's gone. So I don't know what happened. Isabella, unfortunately, had been in the foster care program since she was a baby, so since she was an infant. And her biological parents have been trying to reach her since her disappearance, because they haven't been able to find her or locate her. Like, they haven't seen her or anything since she was young. So, the day she went missing, CWS workers removed 3 of her siblings from her foster parents' home, which is the Lahua and Sunny Kalua that lived in Waimanalo. They had a whole bunch of other kids there. They were Ariel Sellers' biological siblings as well. So, Isaac Kalua, aka Sunny III, had previous convictions from 20 years ago. He was convicted on 3 counts of terroristic, threatening, and assault. That alone, honestly, just that record, the fact that he had previous convictions of being in jail and going to prison for the fact that he had threatened terroristic acts and stuff, he should have been able to be considered to adopt these kids. But the system didn't give a shit. They just let him go. I'm so sorry, I'm getting over a sinus infection. So Isabella's grandmother had said that something wasn't right when they placed, you know, the kids with the Kaluas. They're like, there's something a little off here. There's something not quite right. You know what I'm saying? She just got this like sketchy feeling like, you know, I don't think you should leave those kids there. I don't think that's a good idea. No ma'am, no turkey, no ham. So, Isabella's mother, let's get into Isabella's mother. Isabella's mother was addicted to drugs and was homeless in the year of 2017. So that's when Isabella's grandmother had custody of Isabella and one of her sisters. And Isabella was 2 and her sister was 8. They were placed up for adoption by the Department of Human Services, and they were ultimately placed with Isaac Sunny Kalua III and Lahua Kalua. In June, the Kaluas had withdrew Isabella from school, saying that they were going to homeschool her, like I had mentioned earlier. They were like, let's homeschool her. Allegedly, they were going to homeschool her, but your guess is as good as mine. So whenever the police came to search the house, because they were told that she had been kidnapped and like was abducted and she went missing, they looked everywhere. They looked up, down, in and out, everywhere they could in the house, and there was absolutely no signs of forced entry or anything suggesting that Isabella had been kidnapped. So, yeah, whack. So, Isabella, at the time of her disappearance, was 3 foot 3 inches tall. She weighed around 46 pounds. She had brown hair, brown eyes, and she was last seen wearing a black hoodie, black leggings, colorful socks, and Nike sandals with pink bottoms on them. Then came the shocking shit. I mean, honestly, I'm not shocked because I knew this whole thing, like, I knew it was that they were involved, like, this whole time, but on November 10th, the week of November 10th, Sunny and Lahua Kalua got arrested for the abduction and murder of Isabella Ariel Kalua. And I knew it from the beginning because I was like, the way that they're telling the story is just a little bit sus, you know what I mean? Just a tad bit sus. So, they arrested Lahua Kalua in her Waimanalo home. And they had drove all the way to Pearl Harbor, the Navy shipyard at Pearl Harbor, to arrest Sunny Kalua III. And the police then revealed that Ariel was actually killed a month before she was reported missing. And the police now believe that as of November 19th of 2021, that the girl was duct taped and held inside a dog cage inside the family bathroom before vanishing, which is fucking awful. That is just like the worst thing that I've ever heard in my life, was the fact that she was held captive in a dog cage with duct tape covering her mouth and her nose so she couldn't breathe. So, there was that. The biological sister of Isabella, aka Ariel Sellers, whatever, was told by the Kaluas to keep what happened to Isabella a secret. You know, she had witnessed it. You know, she was a witness to what had happened to her. And they're like, shh, we can't tell anyone. You tell anyone, this will happen to you. That's straight what they said was like, if you tell anyone about what happened to her, you will end up in the same way. Which is horrible. So the sister told detectives that Isabella was dead because she had, quote, saw it happen, end quote. Lahua Kalua woke up the sister at 3:30 a.m. and they both went to check on Ariel in the bathroom because that's where she slept. She slept in the bathroom in a dog cage. Right. Horrible. And at the time, you know, Isabella didn't wake up and she had duct tape over her nose and her mouth like this, you know, preventing her from breathing. And she was not breathing inside her dog cage. So Lahua Kalua had this genius idea, you know, let's just fill up the bathtub with water and I'll wake her up, right? Let's just toss her in the water. Yeah, that's great. And daughter, you're gonna help me out with that too. You're gonna help me. So they filled up the bathtub with water and they put Ariel into the bathtub and filled it up with water, but it didn't work. It wouldn't wake her up. So the sister was told to go back to sleep as Kalua drained the tub. She's like, I'm just drain this tub here. You know, no one will know anything. Everyone better keep their mouths shut. No one knows nothing. There we go. Nothing, not a zitch. So, a few days after the incident, Isaac Kalua, who is aka Sonny, who's the dad, had reportedly gone to the hospital claiming he had COVID. He's like, COVID. I need to have the days off, you know. So he got tested for COVID, which gives him, you know, time off of work. So the sister knew he was faking because she was like, he feels fine, he's doing everything fine, he is fine. I don't know why he's acting like he's got COVID when he doesn't. He's lying. So the sister, she knew he was faking because Sonny had told her that he needed to go somewhere with Lehua to dispose of the evidence, end quote. The police even say that the family at the time didn't even have a dog at the time of the murder. So the fact they had a dog cage in their house and that nobody, like, paid attention to the fact that, like, they don't have a fucking dog. Oh, we're just gonna give them a dog cage. I know they don't have a dog, but you know what? Get a dog cage anyways. There you go, bye. Thank you, Sonny. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Like, that just, like, confuses the shit out of me. Like, why didn't anyone question why they needed a dog cage? What type of dogs do you have? Furry one. So it turns out that Lehua actually bought the dog cage because Ariel wanted to walk around the house at night due to the fact that she was hungry. She was literally starved. And Ariel's sister actually had to sneak Ariel food because their adoptive parents wouldn't feed them. Well, feed Ariel anyways, wouldn't feed Ariel at all. So Lehua would catch them, get pissed off that the other daughter was trying to feed Isabella. And, you know, she started keeping Ariel in that cage at night to keep her from walking around the house trying to get food. Which is awful. Awful, awful, awful. I'm so sorry about anyone that had to hear about this, but oh, so awful. So the police believe that she is dead as of this moment, but they won't go into much detail about it. They won't explain, like, how they know that she's dead, why they feel like that she's dead, what evidence they found that makes them think that she's dead besides what the little girl had to say. And yeah, the biological aunt of Ariel actually plans to sue the state of Hawaii for placing Ariel with the Kaluas. Which, honestly, I don't blame her. I'd be pretty pissed off, too, if someone sent my niece to live with someone who ended up murdering her. Like, that's terrible, terrible. And both Ariel and her sister, while living at home at the Kalua's house, ended up being, on multiple occasions, duct taped, had the mouth duct taped, wrist duct taped, feet duct taped, restrained fully with duct tape on multiple occasions for multiple reasons. The tape was supposedly stolen from Pearl Harbor Navy shipyard as well. So ain't that some shit, huh? So that's where Sonny worked at, which obviously he got fired because they got arrested, you know, and they're going to be in jail for quite a long time. And it's just, you know, Lehua's saying that Sonny was the mastermind. Sonny's saying that Lehua was the mastermind. It's just like, own up to the fact that you killed your daughter. Yeah. So anyways, that's the story of Isabella Kalua, aka Ariel Sellers. And I hope that you enjoyed this story. I know I didn't enjoy it, but, you know, I wanted to get the word out there and let everyone know what happened. So please do me a favor and like, subscribe, and comment. Share this video with your friends even, you know. Just get the word out there about what happened to Isabella/Ariel. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!